Once upon a time, in a lush and peaceful valley nestled between towering mountains, there lived 3 billy goats, brothers, each one bigger and stronger than the last. Their names were Gruff, Gruffer, and the biggest of them all, Gruffest. These spent their days grazing in the fields, their coats thick and healthy from the abundance of grass in the valley. Yet there was a problem. The food was running out, and to survive the coming winter, they would need to find a better grazing ground high up on the hillside. However, to reach that hillside, the goats would have to cross a river, a wide and swift-moving stream that wound its way through the valley like a shimmering snake. The only way to cross was over an old rickety bridge. The goats had heard of this bridge before, and though it seemed sturdy enough, it was said to be guarded by a fearsome troll. The troll, a large and ugly creature with a nose like a crooked tree branch, had made the bridge his home. Anyone who dared to cross would have to pay the troll's toll or be thrown into the rushing river below. The troll had a reputation for being greedy and cruel, and he had no intention of letting anyone pass without a fight. The first to make the journey was the smallest billy goat, Gruff. One bright, sunny morning he set out alone, his little hooves clicking against the stones of the riverbank as he approached the bridge. He could hear the sounds of the water rushing beneath him and the wind whistling through the trees. The moment he stepped onto the bridge, there came a gruff voice from the shadows below. "Who goes there?" bellowed the troll. "It's just me, the littlest billy goat Gruff," replied Gruff, trying to sound braver than he felt. "I'm going to the hillside to find some food." The troll's eyes narrowed. He growled. "You're too small to cross. I'll eat you up for lunch." Gruff, however, was quick thinking. He had a plan. "Oh no, kind troll, I'm far too small for a hearty meal. But my brother, Gruffer, is much bigger than me. Why don't you wait for him? He would make a much tastier snack." The troll scratched his chin, considering. You may be right. Very well, go on, but only because you've given me an idea." With a quick, nervous glance over his shoulder, Gruff trotted across the bridge as fast as his little legs would carry him. Once he was safely on the other side, he turned to look back. The troll, for all his grumbling, had not followed. The little billy goat felt a swell of triumph in his chest. Gruffest was next. After several days of foraging and waiting for his brothers to make their way across, Gruffer decided it was his turn. His hooves were sturdy, his coat thick and strong, and though he had heard the stories of the troll, he wasn't scared. After all, he was the middle goat, stronger than Gruff, but not as big as Gruffest.
He made his way to the bridge, and with a determined step, set his hoof upon it. The troll's gruff voice called out from beneath. "Who goes there?" it demanded. "It's me, Gruffer, the middle billy goat Gruff," came the response, full of confidence. "I'm off to the hillside for some better food." The troll chuckled darkly. "The last little goat tried to fool me with talk of his bigger brother. Perhaps you have one as well?" Gruffer squared his shoulders. "I do. My brother, Gruffest, is the biggest and strongest of us all. You'll want to wait for him, for he would make a much larger meal than me." The troll paused, thinking over Gruffer's words. Yes, I suppose I would enjoy a meal that fills my belly. Go ahead, but don't think I've forgotten about you, little one." With that, Gruffer dashed across the bridge, too fast for the troll to catch. He too made it to the other side safely, breathing a sigh of relief as he looked back at the troll. Finally, the largest and bravest of the 3 billy goats, Gruffest, stepped up to the riverbank. His hooves clopped heavily on the rocks as he approached the bridge. The air was thick with anticipation. The troll, sensing something larger was coming, grinned from his dark hiding place. "Who goes there?" the troll called, his voice full of menace. "It's me, Gruffest, the biggest billy goat Gruff," came the reply, in a deep, thunderous voice. Gruffest's eyes glowed with pride as he looked down at the troll's shadowy figure beneath the bridge. "I'm going to the hillside to eat my fill of fresh grass." The troll laughed, a deep, gurgling laugh that echoed through the valley. "You think you can cross my bridge so easily? I'll feast on you, big goat. You'll be my dinner." But Gruffest wasn't afraid. With a determined snort, he lowered his head and charged at the troll with all his might. The troll, startled and unprepared for such a fierce attack, tried to scramble out of the way, but Gruffest was too strong and too fast. With a mighty swing of his horns, he sent the troll flying through the air, where he landed with a tremendous splash in the river below. The troll howled as the current swept him away, and the 3 billy goats could hear his distant yells growing fainter and fainter. They never saw the troll again. With the bridge now clear, Gruffest made his way across with pride. His 2 brothers, Gruff and Gruffer, cheered for him as he joined them on the other side. From that day on, the 3 billy goats lived happily on the hillside, where the grass was always fresh and plentiful. They spent their days basking in the sun, growing stronger with every passing season. As for the troll, no one ever saw him again, and the bridge remained unguarded, a silent reminder of the day when 3 brave brothers stood up to a bully and won. And so, the 3 billy goats Gruff lived out their days in peace, with no more worries of hunger or danger. They had faced the troll, and they had won, proving that no matter how big or small, courage and cleverness could overcome even the fiercest of foes.